So what's really getting me here is that there's the burst of acidity, but the rest of the wine has a really soft texture to it. It's not rich like some of the other fruits, you know, that I've been showing the previous wines. This has like just a really soft, delicate touch along the sides of the palate while the acidity is sitting in the middle.
Right.
The flavors aren't as pronounced. I'm still getting some limes, maybe more like some red apple fruits, but not like the peaches or nectarines.
Yeah, a little honey, or a little apple or honey crisp, honey crisp apple going on.
Yeah, definitely. The thing I'm noticing about this, of the three of them, it feels like there's a little malolactic on there. It's just added just a touch of creaminess, and I'm not going to say it's a large percentage, but it feels like a touch of that.
I can easily see that actually.
That malic acid right on the mid-tongue rather is definitely there as well. So, but it just has a nice creamy texture to it as well.
Yeah,
it does.
Keeps things nice and soft. Again, a little on the more simple side. I'm going to go 86 points there for me. There's not a whole lot of excitement. I think it's solid. I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. Just not a whole lot of excitement, but nice. And my guess would be that it's probably on the cheaper end of things too. What, probably $10? You know?
Probably a bit more than that.
Maybe
just knowing Austrian wines
16?
tend to be a little
16 or
okay.
Yeah, somewhere 15 to 20 is where I guess this one retails.
But still reasonable, clean, and also really approachable. Of the three, I guess, if people aren't into wine in general, this is probably the most approachable of the three.
For me, where I feel this the residual sugar carried this wine, I think the malolactic carry, like you were saying, carries this wine a little more and provides like the fullness and the richness in this, and I like that more so than this one. I'm going to go 88 points on it because I do like this. I prefer this sort of style of white wine where it's a little fuller, a little richer. I guess I like malolactic whites without the oak.
You like it with the oak too, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You do.
Who doesn't like a slutty wine?
Well, I was going to say, and you do rather enjoy white burgundy. Let's be serious.
I do enjoy white burgundy style.
Yes,
88 points.
Got a rinse for you. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Yeah, it's a nice little wine. I wouldn't have any problem drinking if somebody poured it for me, and if one of my clients wanted just something nice and easy, I think that would be a good choice. I'd have no problem just saying, yeah, that's a nice little wine.
Yeah. Okay. Wine number 4. We've got Fritsch from Schlossberg in the Wagram region. It says.
Yeah.
On there, I don't know what any of this. Oh, it's Erstillage. I thought that was a German thing. Is that the?
Well, Erstillage is a German thing, but maybe they're trying to co-opt it. It's probably a bad idea.
Have you seen that on Austrian wine?
I have not seen that specifically. This is the first one. Schlossberg, I'm going to guess, is the vineyard or sub-region of. It's based on the first word. Wagram. I was like, it's not Wachau, it's the other W. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one. So.
All right.
I do know the porter though. She's a nice woman. Monica Connor. Cheers.
Way different than all 3 wines previously. Yeah.
I'm getting way more like apple and like red apple, not like the green, full acidic tartness that's been coming out of the other wines.
Yeah, but red apples and honey.
So yeah, so the honey component on this has me thrown because it sort of almost reminds me of a dessert wine. Like the sort of, I mean, I may be completely off base here, but it does, just that little hint. There's a little hint of that.
I can see where you're going. I mean, what I would compare this to more than a dessert wine is I would go Sauvignon. You get in your Chenin Blancs.
Okay.
The dry Chenins, and it has some of those similar characters. That honey, that apple. There's a lot less of the pepper.
A little bit of
minerality
mustiness,
doesn't pop. The mustiness is that same kind of Chenin thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to call this blind, I would probably take it to Chenin.
Wow.
I can totally see that.
Whereas the first 3, I would hope that I could get it as Grüner and not call it Chenin. I think this is an outlier that's delicious, but an outlier. I would not call this a typical Grüner.
And based on the small amount of Chenin I have had, this is actually a little more typical.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot either, and I wouldn't have gone there out of my own head, but now that he said it, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of that lemongrass in the background on the nose, but again, like the apples and kind of some minerality really dominate. Nice nose.
And a lot fuller, getting into earthy tones, getting past minerality and just into some earth. There's definitely some of that kind of honey, smoky. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in this one.
Yeah, this is a very interesting wine.
Yeah. Yeah. If this is entry level, I would frankly be shocked.
I would
and
too.
I would say back up a dump truck because you want a lot of it. If this is an entry level price, it's a cool wine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look these up online. So
It's like
I'll
the
put.
muskiness with, but it's fully dry. Like it's,
Yeah.
it's got like that sort of stuff that I see in really nice like Rieslings or Gewürztramins from time to time that have sweetness, but this is completely dry.
I think.
Or Shennons at
Well,
the same
I was
time,
going to say,
right?
you need to start tasting some Sauvignon here. You will get hooked by that action. I mean, it's like white Burgundy with a twist that has some of that. It's like, and it's usually more affordable.
That could be good.
And Austrian wine, it's
Anything's more affordable than white Burgundy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But for Austria, this is different and unusual. And I love Austrian wine, and I love what I would normally constitute as Austrian wine. And I think this guy is really cool too. Like, hey man.
That's a really cool wine.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's very well put together, very balanced. Reminds me of what
Very
I've been
balanced.
liking a lot of some of the Austrian Rieslings. And certainly the apple flavors are pulling me more in that direction because you get the apple flavors out of the Rieslings too. But to have a combination of richness with a dry character and that little bit of green zip along the back, it's a really impressive combination. It's something that, early on in my experience, I would have even been reluctant to believe you could get at the same time. And this is doing a good job of delivering it.
It is. It's a cool wine.
Dan nailed it there. So.
And
And what do you score it? I'm going to go another 90-point score.
Yeah, and I'll give this one 90 points for sure. And again, I'm a sucker for a little bit of the richness. The fact that it's a little more in line with what my palate's really tuned in with the Rieslings puts it over for me. But no flaws at all. It's clean. It's complex. It's soft, enjoyable on the palate. It's got a great nose. There's really nothing not to like about this wine. This is an enjoyable experience.
And it's interesting and it's nerdy. So if you've got some wine geek friends that don't know Austrian wines, this would be a great one to throw in the lineup.
That's what I was going to say. I would actually bring it for my friends who do know Austrian wines, and I say that only because if they don't know Austrian wines, I would take them here, just because I feel that's typical Austria.
Right.
Whereas this is just cool and interesting. So for my wine nerd friends, I'd be like, check this out.
Yeah, pour that wine.
Yeah. Blind. This is a stump the chump wine.
Wow.
Yeah, you could. I was going to say, totally blind, I'd probably go Riesling. I'd be unhappy with the decision. I'd have a really
Alsatian
really
Riesling,
uncomfortable.
or
Alsatian, really some weird American.
No.
What?
What were we talking about first? The Chenin.
Yeah. That's where I would take this one.
Yeah, or Chenin. Yes.
So,
sorry.
interesting
We
stuff.
have to cut that.
Interesting stuff. Great wines. These seriously exceeded my expectations. I expected to have some nice stuff, but these are, like these two, I'm actually quite excited about and look forward to trying more. And I look forward to sharing the price with you guys. I'll look some up online and just give you a rough idea of what these are at in the American market.
Thank you, Constance, for sending us these wines.
Good
First
stuff.
off, hopefully we'll see you at the next Wine Bloggers Conference or the one after when it makes it back to the West Coast.
Hopefully you come work the West Coast as a rep. Come see me.
And she's in New York.
Yeah, he's a retailer. I'll get you guys in touch. I'll get you guys in touch so you can at least exchange some emails. So that brings us to the end where we have question of the day from our guest.
Let's see. Something delicious, question-wise, from. I kind of want to take it to Austria because, tasting some Austrian wines. What is smart in reference to both relative to the wine as well as what it's named after?
Is this something people can just Google and get to you?
Probably, but they have to know how to spell smart or smogred, which I've kind of heard of both. And
Say that one more time. Sorry, I guess I'm not gonna.
Smart. Yeah.
All right, so that
Just go to Wikipedia, spend some time learning about Austrian wine. I guarantee you'll come to that reference. It's an important one. It's in the same neck of the woods as the Federspiel.
Oh, okay, cool.
But maybe better.
All right, nerdy question.
Yep.
I guess encouraging you guys to go educate yourselves as well, and me and him. Should be a good time. Thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye, guys.